In the heart of the zoo, a place tucked away beyond the turbulent reach of time storms and the slow decay of memory, lies a sanctuary for the forgotten. We call it the Cradle of Continuity. This place, it's older than the zoo itself. It hums with an ancient energy. The air thick with the scent of life forms long since vanished from every other corner of existence. The very ground seems to breathe, and the foliage glows with a soft internal light, casting long, dancing shadows. I step through the shimmering portal, and the familiar world of the Time Traveler's Zoo dissolves behind me. Before me is a realm of surreal beauty and profound silence. I've heard whispers of the cradle, legends passed down from one keeper to the next. But seeing it, feeling it, is something else entirely. Every plant, every crystal, every pulse of light feels like a page from a history book that was never written. This isn't just a biome, it's a living archive. A final bastion for species that time itself has tried to erase, and I'm standing at its very center. A flicker of light coalesces before me, taking shape. A figure materializes, composed of pure data and ancient wisdom. Welcome, Keeper! Its voice resonates, not with sound, but as a thought planted directly in my mind. It is Archivist, the biome's AI guardian, a being as old as the cradle itself. You have been summoned. The legacy of the cradle is at a precipice, and your stewardship must be proven. The air grows heavy. 3 trials await you, Archivist continues. Its form unwavering. Succeed, and you will inherit the responsibility of this sanctuary. Fail, and the cradle seals itself from all timelines. Forever. A shiver runs down my spine. But it's not fear. It's determination. I look the AI guardian in its data stream eyes. I'm ready. The first trial is one of knowledge. Archivist declares, the zoo is a library of life, but it is incomplete. Name the creature that vanished from our reality before it could ever be officially cataloged. Its existence is but an echo, a ghost in the machine of the zoo's memory banks. I close my eyes, pushing past the countless entries, the successful preservations, and dive deep into the archives of loss. I access the fragmented data logs, the corrupted files, the whispered regrets of expeditions long past. A mission report, heavily redacted, flashes in my mind. A disastrous event in a collapsing pocket of time. We lost so much that day. A single, fleeting image surfaces. A primate with fur that shimmered like spun glass, leaping through a canopy that no longer exists. A creature we only glimpsed. The glassback lemur, I say, my voice steady despite the weight of the memory. We lost it during the rift collapse of Sector Gamooning. There's no formal record, only regret. Archivist processes my answer. Correct. Memory is the first pillar of stewardship. A glowing shard of crystal materializes and floats gently into my outstretched hand. It's cold to the touch, humming with a forgotten life. The second trial, Archivist announces, its tone shifting, is one of regret. You must face your failure. The vibrant, glowing biome around me dissolves. The colors mute to grayscale, the shadows deepen, and the air grows cold. I'm no longer in the cradle. I'm in a memory. A younger version of myself stands there, face etched with panic. I remember this day. A young keeper once promised safety to a creature hunted across centuries for its unique temporal properties. The chrono elk, a magnificent beast whose antlers could bend the flow of moments. I had it. It was so close to the gateway, so close to safety. But I was arrogant. I miscalculated the hunter's speed. In the memory, I see myself reaching out a desperate, futile gesture as the chrono elk begins to fade. Its form dissolving mid-escape, caught by a temporal snare. I wasn't fast enough, I whisper, the words catching in my throat, the old wound feeling fresh again. The memory holds me for a moment longer, forcing me to watch my failure play out to its heartbreaking conclusion. Then, the cradle reforms around me, acknowledged, Archivist states, a hint of something new in its voice. Regret is the seed of wisdom. A second shard appears, this one warmer than the first, and joins its twin in my hand. The final trial, Archivist says, its voice now softer, is one of empathy. A keeper holds power. A keeper holds knowledge. But what is the true bond? What binds species and stewards together? Beyond the confines of time, I look around the cradle, at the impossible life thriving here. My gaze falls upon a small, juvenile creature nestled among the glowing roots of a massive tree. It's a hybrid of species I know, yet entirely new, the powerful build of a saber-toothed cub, with the delicate, iridescent wings of a hummingbird. It looks up at me, its eyes wide and curious, not fearful. I slowly kneel beside it, not as a scientist, not as a warden, but as a fellow living being. I extend my hand, palm open. The creature hesitates, then nuzzles against my fingers. It's not control, I say, looking back at Archivist. And it's not just knowledge, it's trust. It's the promise that we will care for them, that we will try, even when we fail, that we see them not as specimens, but as companions on this journey. Archivist is silent for a long moment. Empathy accepted. The final shard materializes, glowing with a brilliant, warm light, and flies to my hand. The three shards resonate, humming in unison. They lift from my palm, swirling together in a vortex of light and memory, knowledge, regret, and empathy fusing into a single, perfect key. The key darts away, plunging into the heart of the biome. The ground trembles, and a section of the landscape retracts, revealing a hidden chamber. Deep within, bathed in a soft blue light, rests a stasis pod. Within lies the culmination of the cradle's purpose, Archivist explains. The chronopanther, the last of its kind, preserved at the very dawn of its extinction. It does not await a master, it awaits a steward. With a soft hiss, the stasis pod opens. A creature of liquid shadow and starlight steps out. It is sleek, powerful, and its eyes glow with an intelligence that transcends mere instinct. It looks at me, and I see not an animal, but an equal. You're not just a relic. I breathe in complete awe. You're a choice. Suddenly, the tranquil hum of the cradle is shattered by a violent tremor. Red alert klaxons I've never heard before blare through the biome. A section of the shimmering barrier tears open. A jagged wound in reality. Figures clad in black, tactical gear, step through, their weapons humming with stolen temporal energy. The Time Scorchers! A radical faction who believe the past should be burned to fuel their vision of the future. Step away from the panther. Keepa! Their leader commands, his voice distorted by a menacing helmet. That creature's power belongs to the future. Our future. Before I can react, the chronopanther lets out a low, guttural growl that vibrates through my very bones. It moves with impossible speed, placing itself between me and the Scorchers, a guardian born of forgotten time, in the Cradle of Continuity, where all timelines converge. Time does not choose sides. It simply watches. And that's where we leave it for this episode. A huge thank you for joining us on this journey into the Time Traveler Zoo. If you're on the edge of your seat and need to know what happens next, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We have so much more to explore. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next timeline.